Hello and welcome back to the channel, Life of Bonsai. In this video is going to be for a late spring bonsai update and also update you on what happened with the storm this week. See how everything is doing. Starting off with my Vietnamese bluebell. As you know, it was repotted already and I put it in this large container because I wanted to get even bigger if possible and just grow like crazy. A bunch of buds, as you can see. Flowers everywhere. There's flowers all over the tree and there is a lot of buds coming out. All those are flowers, those little things. All those are flowers. Flowers fixing to come up. Yeah, they're everywhere. So this thing is gonna be filled up with flowers. It's gonna be really nice. My bougainvillea here that got beat up with the storm this past Tuesday morning, the apex broke right here. I added cut paste, and towards the warmer time of the day this gets wilted, which is the apex, but then around nighttime it starts kind of getting circulation back again. It's a little weird. So as soon as the sun starts hitting it, I just put it away and just hoping that it'll recuperate. Maybe pruning it would help. The trunk is just really nice. It's a nice tree. Now, there's some back here, just walking iris and a willow leaf ficus back there. Has a bunch of buds, but doesn't want to bud out for some reason. This is my huge ficus Benjamina. As you know, I did a thread graft here and it took really well. I'm fixing to remove it in the next few days. I'm also planning on doing an approach graft on this branch back here, and a thread graft meaning that I'm going to drill through the tree and create a branch on the background. My water jasmine just going like crazy, but does not want to give me flowers. I love the smell of the water jasmine, and as you know, it's just growing like crazy. There's a shorts video that I did where I removed one of the branches. It's on the other side, but it's doing really well. It's just growing crazy. Maybe I need to prune it down a little bit so it can start flowering. Trident maple doing really well. I do need to trim off the top because it's getting longer than the bottom and it's starting to overpower that, so taking more energy from the bottom. I do need to change that, but overall it's doing well. This is my Brazilian rain tree and it's doing well. I don't see it growing too much, but hopefully it starts going up. I do have my show entry boxwood. This is my nicer tree in my opinion. So the goal for this tree now is going to be adding some barbed wire to bring down the branches more and fill out the bottom areas a little more. So you can see everything is up here, so I want this to get fuller from the bottom. So by bringing the branch lower, that is going to be the goal, and maybe just getting that carve all the way down so it could look nicer. So that is the plan. This is my crepe myrtle back here, and so you can see I wired it. Crazy ugly looking wired, but primary wiring, it was just going too crazy and it's doing well. There is my cedar elm, which for some reason is having tons of growth at the top and at the root base, but nothing in the middle, so I have no branching, which is weird. I have my Portulacaria afra that I got for $1, which is doing really well. Some cuttings from ficus that I'll be using for the grafts on the bigger ficus, and I did a video of this other Portulacaria afra, which is growing really nicely. Now this right here, this ficus microcarpa. I finally know what I want to do with it. So all this growth right here, all this growth, what I'm going to do, and there's a branch also back there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let them take off farther up, and once they do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all together right here, right there, this one back there, and get them all tied up together so they can fuse and thicken up really nicely right here to start forming that. There's another branch back here which is going to complement the back, and then this is going to help further thicken up the tree. I have this nice juniper which I did an air layer on, and it is the air layer. It's hard to get to it. There it is. So this whole branch is going to be a new tree, and then that right there is going to be my main trunk. I have the Barbados cherry root over rock, which is doing fantastic. It's doing really well. Here is a collected boxwood, doing alright. I got this huge ficus for $1, which I'm going to start air layering. Trim it down, and get to this point. Maybe use some of this air layers. So what I want to do is I want to start air layering a bunch of this tree, and then get to this one, and maybe even do root cuttings, which I know they take really well. And once I get this ones right here, chop down, I'm going to place them all together and fuse them to create a thick trunk. And I just thought about that right now. I didn't think about that right now until I'm looking, and I'm like, yeah, that's something I could do. So make those chops, root them, air layer them, put them all together, and make a thick trunk. My Chinese elm is doing really well. It had gotten a fungus, but I was able to fight it off, and it's doing amazing. No plans for it at the moment, just let it grow and see what it does. My Shishigajira Japanese maple, lion's head, such a beauty. This tree I've done 4 air layers, and here shortly I'm going to be doing a big air layer over here. This is gonna be a pretty big size air layer. I'm going to do a little air layer right here, which I can use for wiring and create some movement. And then there's another air layer that I'm going to take off right here. So it's going to be a total of 6 air layers. And once that's down, I'm chop it down to those air layers. And the next time I'm able to, I'm gonna keep doing more air layers, until I get to this beautiful root base. So this is going to be my front right here, and I'm going to chop it until about right there. So these are going to be the final air layers, maybe next year or in 2 years. But once I get to that base and start working on getting this into a bonsai pot, it's gonna be an amazing looking tree. Over here is a huge looking hackberry, thick trunk. This one, I'm not too sure what I want to do. I'm having my club meeting from the Bonsai Society of Dallas, and I'll be taking it and see what they tell me. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of pruning that needs to be done. But yeah, it's a nice looking tree, semi-cascade. And right here is just the cedar elm collected. There is an air layer that was done, and next, as soon as this one is done, I'm going to take another air layer and another one, so a total of 3 air layers. And finally, I'm doing good with a poinsettia. It's growing well. So I've been wanting to do a bonsai out of a poinsettia, so let's see if it works. These things fell with the storm on last Tuesday. I hope they recover. There's some other ones right there, and there's some Kingsville boxwood cuttings right there. Some didn't make it, but it seems like these ones are making it really well. And that is about it. Nothing too much to show. Just wanted to update you guys on how my trees are doing, the plans that I have for them. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Please subscribe. That does mean a lot. It helps a lot with the channel, motivated me to keep pushing more content. So please share, subscribe, like the video, and comment down below if you have any other tips for any of my trees. Stay safe.